Have you ever cooked chicken in an air fryer that looked great on the outside but ended up dry and disappointing on the inside? Well, stay with me until the very end of this video because I'm going to show you one meal that came out so unbelievably juicy, I honestly couldn't believe how much moisture was still inside of it. When I pressed it with my fork, the juices literally started running out. Today I'm putting the Ninja Crispi glass air fryer through several real-world cooking tests. We're going to make frozen chicken sandwiches, homemade chicken fajitas, and perfectly seasoned chicken thighs to see if this air fryer is really worth your money. So let's go ahead and dive right in. This is the Ninja Crispi glass air fryer, and one of the first things you'll notice is that instead of hiding your food inside a metal basket, it uses a clear glass cooking container. That means you can actually watch your food cook from beginning to end without constantly opening the lid to see what's happening. Today, I'm not just talking about its features, I'm actually cooking several different meals in it so you can see exactly how it performs in everyday cooking. Let's start with something quick and easy that almost everyone keeps in the freezer. That's frozen chicken patties. Sometimes after a long day, you do not feel like cooking a complicated meal. So this is a perfect weeknight supper. One thing I really like about this Ninja Crispi is just how simple it is to operate. Instead of scrolling through a bunch of confusing menus, you simply turn the dial and select your cooking function, then turn it again to adjust your temperature, and finally set your cooking time. And that's really all there is to it. Everything is quick and intuitive, so even if you've never owned an air fryer before, you'll probably be comfortable using this one within just a few minutes. Once everything is set, it starts cooking right away. Since the cooking container is made from glass, you can actually watch your chicken patties cooking in real time. I think that's one of the coolest features because you can literally see the food browning as it cooks. No other air fryer that I've ever seen does that. So if you've ever wondered whether your food is getting too dark or not cooking enough, you don't have to guess anymore. How cool is that? You simply look through the glass and that is it. Now, another feature I really appreciate is how easy it is to check your food. If you want to inspect it or flip it over, simply slide the glass cooking container out. As soon as you remove it, the cooking automatically pauses. You can flip your food, take a quick look at how everything is cooking, then slide the container back into place. The air fryer automatically resumes cooking right where it left off. No restarting, no resetting the timer, and no hassle. Once everything is finished cooking, we assembled our chicken sandwiches, and the chicken came out crispy on the outside, hot throughout, and made a really quick and satisfying supper. So if you're looking for something simple after work, this is definitely one of those meals you can throw together without much effort. Next, let's have some homemade chicken fajitas. And that's a little bit more homemade, I guess, and more prep time, but it was so worth it. These chicken fajitas turned out great. For this recipe, we sliced up some fresh chicken breast into thin strips. Then we cut up some fresh onions, bell peppers, added a little cooking oil, and seasoned everything with taco seasoning. Once everything was evenly coated, we placed the mixture inside the glass cooking container. This meal ended up cooking in about 20 minutes, which isn't too bad, guys. During the cooking process, I removed the container twice to stir and flip everything around so it would cook evenly. And again, this was incredibly easy because the air fryer automatically pauses when you remove the container and resumes once you slide it back in. As everything cooked, you could actually watch the onions soften. I could see the peppers begin to roast, and I watched the chicken gradually turn golden. It's surprisingly satisfying just being able to see your meal cooking instead of wondering what's happening inside of a closed basket. When everything was finished, the chicken was cooked beautifully. The vegetables still had a great texture, and everything blended together really well. We actually had these fajitas for lunch one day, and everyone at the table commented on how good they tasted. Even my kids were very impressed with it. The chicken stayed tender, the vegetables were flavorful, and the taco seasoning really tied everything together. From the time we started prepping the vegetables and chicken until the meal was ready to eat was only around about 45 minutes. That's prep and all. So that's not too bad for a quick, easy meal for the family. You know, like I said, that includes everything, 45 minutes from start to finish. So next, we had some chicken thighs one night for supper, and honestly, guys, this is the meal that you waited until the end for. This is what I was talking about. We simply placed the chicken thighs into the air fryer, added our favorite seasoning, and let the Ninja Crispi do the work. As they cooked, we could actually watch the skin begin to brown through the glass. By the end of the cooking cycle, the outside had developed a beautiful golden color. The skin had become wonderfully crispy. But what impressed me the most was what happened when I cut into the chicken or pressed on the chicken. The inside was incredibly juicy. When I pressed on the meat with my fork, juices immediately started flowing out. That combination of crispy skin on the outside and juicy meat on the inside made these some of the best chicken thighs we've ever cooked in an air fryer. We was honestly surprised how moist they stayed. And if you're someone who cooks chicken often, I think you'll really appreciate these results. My kids loved it. My wife kept going on and on about how great the meal was. And honestly, speaking of my wife, she's really loving the Ninja Crispi because this is saving her a lot of time. She can prep the food, put it in the air fryer, and just leave it and let it cook, and then she can go do some housework or whatever and come back and the meal is done. So what are my final thoughts? After cooking a few completely different meals in the Ninja Crispi, I walked away totally impressed. It's easy to operate. The dial controls make setting the time and temperature incredibly simple, and being able to remove the container, inspect your food, flip it, and have the cooking automatically resume is a feature I found myself using constantly. And the glass cooking container adds something that most air fryers simply don't offer: the ability to actually watch your food cook in real time. And whether you're making frozen foods, cooking homemade fajitas like we did, roasting chicken, or experimenting with other recipes, this air fryer gives you plenty of flexibility. So if you're going to spend your money on an air fryer, I think it's worth looking for something that's well built and designed for years of regular use. Ninja has earned a strong reputation for producing quality kitchen appliances, and after using this one for several meals, it's easy to see why so many people continue using their products. The variety of foods you can prepare makes this much more than a one-purpose appliance. It can easily become something you use several times throughout the week. Another cool feature is kids like to watch the food cook. So this will be a good appliance to get your kids involved with cooking. They can see the food cooking inside the glass container, and it's just really intriguing for them. So that's another plus for the Ninja Crispi. So I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I want to point this out. I purchased this with my own money. The brand did not send this to me. So this is my honest review. I'm not being paid to make this video. This is my personal experience with the Ninja Crispi, and we love it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative for you. And if you're on the fence about buying the Ninja Crispi, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and pull the trigger. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.